Show. Andy and Castoe, King of Castoe Show.
Push the button. Push the button, Frank.
A button has been pressed.
Yeah. Classic Mystery Science Theater reference. You like that?
Yeah, Mac and Me.
Yeah, it's Mac and Me. I fell asleep when we were watching Mac and Me because I was tired, dude.
You went on the couch, turned towards the little crack, started hugging a blanket and a pillow, and you were just gone.
Yeah, it was bad.
And bro.
And you were left alone with Mac and Me.
Yeah, I was.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. They say that a few times. Okay, we cannot have this Mac and Me conversation.
We cannot have the Mac and Me conversation, even though I want to talk about the Mac and Me.
It just came to attention that Mac went and watched the Nosferatu.
Bounce on it.
Yeah, how was that gothic porn?
Oh boy! So here's the thing about I want to address this beforehand because it's important to me. Vampire movies inherently are horny by nature.
Yes.
You watch even the old ones with even before Anne Rice, when you had Christopher Lee hamming it up in those Hammer horror movies. One of the things about him is that he's like an attractive foreign count from forever ago, doing stuff, and so the ladies love him, and that's how he's able to do his devious deeds.
Hey, Christopher Lee, they all say in unison.
So here's the thing about Nosferatu is that it is that, and it's also a Robert Eggers movie. So there's a few scenes of nudity, and it is also an inherently very horny movie. So here, it was good. I will say that of all of Robert Eggers' movies, it is the most straightforward. This is what this is what it's about. You know what I mean? If you think about his other movies that have happened, like The Witch or The Lighthouse or The Northman, there's a bit more ambiguity to a lot of those movies about certain themes, certain visuals, whatnot. And the Nosferatu is very much a vampire movie with all the typical themes that come with a vampire movie. So yeah, if you've seen The Witch, seen The Lighthouse, seen The Northman, this is not that. This is the Nosferatu. Why did they call it The Vampire? I don't know. Whatever.
They called it The Vampire?
No, but just of all the movies, he made The Witch. He made The Lighthouse.
He likes the.
Yeah, but it's Nosferatu. It's not The Nosferatu.
I watched what was it, Northman and Lighthouse, and yes. I love both of those movies. And yeah, they were kind of a little bit more out there. So you're saying that Nosferatu is just a grounded actual story?
It's like a very it has the very trippy moments, but here's the thing, it has those moments. It mentions very early on that a character can fall under Nosferatu's spell, under his shadow. And it's like you're waking, but in a dream. And whenever a character is very much under the influence of Nosferatu, it has shots evocative of German Expressionism. When the original Nosferatu came out, of these
threw up a little in my mouth.
Heavy dark lights and whatnots that and dreamlike camera movements and whatnot. Very fun, very good, very much enjoyed. But the rest of it is shot rather simply, or that. It's still beautiful. The whole film is beautiful. Set design and cinematography and whatnot is wonderful. And yes, it is a horny vampire movie. But here's the thing: it's also very funny. It's more of a cinema film than a horror film. Number one, and it's very funny in a lot of moments. There's a scene where Lily Rose Depp's character Ellen is like, "Oh, I hope my Thomas is okay." And it cuts to Thomas in Nosferatu's castle, literally on the floor doing the Family Guy death pose. It happened, and I laughed out loud in the movie theater. And I'm like, "There's no way that Robert Eggers doesn't know that that's a joke, right?"
That's kind of hilarious.
That's kind of really funny, actually. And there was another moment where a jump scare happened. This was outside the movie. A jump scare happened in the movie that was in the middle of something else happening, and it was loud noise cut out, and a woman behind me in the theater did the Homer Simpson noise, the Homer Simpson scream.
Goddamn.
Yeah, and it was like, again, that made me laugh really hard while watching the movie. So yeah, all of this stuff, whatnot. Nosferatu dies at the end. Spoiler alert. If you don't know how
Wow, for real, for real?
if you don't know how vampire movies work, but he dies due to the sunlight, but he doesn't like crumble into dust, or like he starts like he starts bleeding from the eyes, like he's having like a brain hemorrhage, and then the last shot of the film shows him basically like a skeleton, and I'm like, oh, that's lame. I understand what they're going for with what they set up in the movie, but I'm like, I kind of like it when vampires turn to dust. Actually,
You like when like their skin cracks and you see light kind of like shine from inside, and then they explode.
and they explode. Yes, I like it. But yeah, it's the best horror movie I've seen all year, quote unquote. And we saw The Wolfman together, so
yeah. Is this a renaissance for these kind of monster flicks?
Oh, I hope so. I love those old Universal monster flicks. And Robert Eggers, the guy who directed this, again directed all these old movies. I'm not sure if you've heard this, but it happened recently, so I kind of wanted to talk about it. He was asked in an interview where an interviewer was like, "Are you ever going to do like a modern movie, like a movie set in modern times? You've done ones where it's like, you know, the Puritans or two guys in a lighthouse or whatever. Like, are you ever going to do one in modern times?" He's like,
"They're all period pieces." Yeah.
He goes, "Just the idea of like filming a cell phone or a car makes me want to vomit." Like he's just like, just the idea of like, I'm gonna put on film this piece of modern technology is like, it makes me ill. So probably not. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I love it. Like, keep making these movies, man. They're great.
Yeah, we need more folk like him.
Yeah.
Buddy, if you were to go on to Netflix right now and take a look at the slop that they're churning out, it's all
slop, trash. And I agree with you.
Actual slop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's if this dude wants to go ahead and make all his funny little period pieces, but they're damn fine films, just let him cook.
They're excellent. Like I don't think any of the movies he's made they're all bangers. All right, I know bangers. All right.
Yeah, the Monster Mash is not a banger.
The Monster Mash is a banger. That dude was completely wrong.
Where is he from? He had like such a weird voice.
Oh goodness!
Stompable face.
Somewhere on the East Coast, right? It was I know bangers.
Yeah, average Pennsylvania resident. Shout out Pennsylvania.
Average British person looking at sausage. I know bangers. See, that's a good one. The Lighthouse is probably his best film still, or at least I think it's his best film.
I love that movie.
It probably says something about me that film like fails the Bechdel test awfully, and I'm like, oh, that's the best one. That's
dude. Yesterday I was at Tom's birthday, right?
Oh yeah.
Shout out Tom. Happy birthday, Tom, by the way.
Happy birthday, Tom.
And there were a few times in the night where I don't like somebody referenced Lighthouse, and then I just screamed "Hark" as loud as I possibly could.
And you were dressed as you were dressed as Jeff Goldblum, right? So it's Jeff Goldblum going,
I was.
Hark.
Hark. Yeah,
Hark, Triton.
Yes.
Hear my call.
You're fond of my lobster. Yes.
That's a piece of dialogue that they cut out of Steve Zissou, where he's talking to Bill Murray's character. But you're fond of my lobster.
I saw it. I saw you be fond.
It's just The Lighthouse is like the perfect blend of like dreamlike horror and good acting, excellent filmography. Not what am I saying? Excellent cinematography. It's like that film's like the perfect package of a movie. That like I would love it.
I remember when it first came out, I was like, black and white. You don't see that too often. I thought we discovered color eons ago.
A lot of people still use black and white. And listen, if you want to use black and white and it's like it looks good and you're using it because it looks good, fucking do it. Nosferatu, I would make an argument that the new Nosferatu movie probably should have been in black and white. It would have looked so good. It would have
I
so
don't
good in
understand
black
how
and white.
he could do Lighthouse in black and white, but Nosferatu, are you kidding me? It has color in it?
There's probably an intelligent decision made there between him and the cinematographer, but I'm still like, man, like looking at these scenes, it's like all these scenes could have done so much better, I think, with just make a shot in black and white. But whatever.
When Lily Rose Depp just starts shaking uncontrollably, make it monochrome.
When Lily Rose Depp is bleeding from the eyes, make it black and white.
You think Johnny's happy? It's like seeing that's my daughter, you know.
I You know what? I thought about this so you know that actress Margaret Qualley? Are you familiar with her?
Oh, wait a minute. She's she was the toe girl.
She was the toe girl.
And-
I was about to say she was the girl with her feet in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So last year she was in multiple movies that were like. She was in like Drive-By Dolls, and she was in the Lies We Tell. I think that was that Yorgos Lanthimos movie name, and she was in The Substance. Both of which involve her doing a lot of stuff fairly nude. And so she was asked on a talk show, like, how's it been for you this year? And she's like, I can't take my family to the cinema to see me this year. And she's like, she had a story for like each one where it's like her dad was going to take his buddies to go see like The Substance. And she's like, oh, Dad, you really shouldn't go. You really shouldn't go to that.
I'm sorry, Dad.
So
do not take your friends to see My Gooch on IMAX, please.
I imagine it would be a very uncomfortable experience for Johnny Depp seeing his daughter do that. But, you know, I'm also not Johnny Depp.
Absolutely Count Orlocked.
Yeah. Oh, Bill Skarsgård is like, God. What if... Listen, everyone in Nosferatu is like, everyone gets a chance to act and do their thing, and it's awesome. Bill Skarsgård has now done 2 monster performances that are, like, stellar. Like, it's this and him in the movie It. And I'm like, oh my God, Bill. Just keep on doing what you're doing, Bill. It's great.
Well, Bill looks kind of terrifying. Like, as just a human being.
Yes.
He has something about him that's just not right, you know?
It makes it makes it entirely natural when you see him like untwist out of a fridge and you're like, yeah, he could probably do that in real life.
Hey, Bill.
That's a cool thing is that they don't really show Count Orlok, like they show him like either blurry in frame, like backlit so that you can't see anything, or just his eyes until the main character like literally finds him in the coffin. And it's like a full body shot of like naked Count Orlok. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh man, tip and everything?
Yeah. Hanging dong.
What the fuck?
But no one's talking about that.
I don't go to the movie theater to see penis.
I disagree. I'm with the Always Sunny crowd on that.
Wait.
There he is.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh wow.
Look at the sides of his mouth. He look like naturally that should split open and like you see like hidden teeth there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I were to see him walking down the street, I would cross the street. Like I do not want to bump shoulders with this individual.
And because he looks like that, yes.
Oh, is he related to the other Skarsgårds?
Oh yeah, he's one of the stars. He's Stellan Skarsgård, one of his sons.
Oh shit, I like Stellan, and the dude from the Northman. That's another Skarsgård. Yes,
the Skarsgårds are. That's probably how we got that. Okay, so we love it when directors use the same. I like it when directors use the same actors over and over again, as like I like your work. I think I have a role for you here. That's another thing is that like Nosferatu has like Willem Dafoe comes back. The guy whose name I can't remember, who is the dad in The Witch, comes back in Nosferatu. It's like, oh hey, the witch is it's about witchcraft, wizardry.
Burn them.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah, look at all those Skarsgårds.
Yeah, they look just like Papa, don't they?
Yeah.
Except for the one in the middle.
Where'd we find this one,
I
honey?
fear no man, but that thing.
Looks at Bill Skarsgård. Oh, and not to keep talking about movies, but the Oscar nominations came out this week.
Oh, that's a thing? Oh. What do we got?
Here's the thing. There's this film called Amelia Perez. Have you heard of this movie before?
No, I know Rosie Perez.
Yes. Okay. So, Amelia Perez is a film about I'm just relying on like the Wikipedia plot synopsis about like a Hispanic gangster who goes through like transition surgery, and is also a musical, and apparently it's very bad. Like everything I've heard about this movie is that it was bad. And so it's like I've heard like the singing is awful, the acting, like everyone here has done much better work. Like what are we doing? And I hear that, and then like 2 weeks later I hear, hey, Amelia Perez has tied the record for the most nominations ever at an Oscars. And I'm like, what?
I see they're playing their hand again. These Hollywood elitist types.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like everyone. I've not heard a single good thing about this movie, and then everyone is like, "Oh, by the way, it's got nominated for like everything that it could be nominated for." Like
8,000 Oscar nominations.
So, but we'll just stick to best. Yeah, another 13 Oscar nominations to the films. We'll just go with
yes.
We'll just go with Best Picture right now because diving into it's too deep. Anora, which I had not heard of until but it's apparently about a escort, a woman of the night who marries a Russian gangster, and it's
another trans movie. Lovely.
Yeah, no, that's not what that is. The Brutalist. Okay.
Adrian Brody.
That's a film I was considering watching last night, and then I saw the runtime was 3 hours and 30 minutes. And it started at like 7 or something. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that.
I've went on this rant before, and I'll do it very quickly again. Movies don't need to be that long, all right?
As Martin Scorsese's on the screen, I think the last time we had this discussion was about Killers of the Flower Moon. It was like, no.
I'm looking at everybody now just like cranking out 3-hour like marathons. Nobody wants to be in the theater that long.
No.
Edit. Chop the fucking story down. Boil it.
If you're going to do that, can you at least put an intermission like old movies did where I could go pee? Like
I need to get up. I need to take a whiz. I want to check my phone.
Yeah. Conclave, which is I've been seeing some stuff about it. It's cardinals deciding the new pope, and it's like political. It's also like a thriller.
Oh, Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes is in it. Yes. A Complete Unknown, which is that Bob Dylan movie. That's not surprising, right? That's like everyone suspected.
Yeah, I mean, look, just
Dune Part 2, though. So yes, go for it.
No, it's everything that we like read off before Dune Part 2.
Yes.
Just it falls under the category of film that's just straight Oscar bait. Like these aren't going to make money, and not a lot of people are going to be excited about them.
I don't.
I understand artistic integrity and whatnot. It's like, oh, you're going to go watch like a good film, but The Brutalist, I'm pretty sure returned a nickel. Never heard of Anora. Never heard of Amelia Perez.
Yes,
A Complete Unknown. Even though it does have Timothée Chalamet, it's a Bob Dylan movie.
It's a Bob Dylan biopic of up to when he becomes when he goes electric, which was like the big Bob Dylan thing. Yeah,
Bob Dylan going electric is also just kind of a ridiculous idea to me. It's like, yeah, people like him, but nobody's a nobody's a diehard Bob Dylan fan.
Oh, I don't know, but you've not met enough white people in your life, man. That's not that statement's just inherently not true.
I feel like they would like Neil Young better.
It's Bob Dylan, at least to like, if you talk to like my cousins, if you talk to like people who were actively listening to music for a long time, almost everybody went through like oh yeah, Bob Dylan's fantastic phase, and some people are still living in that. To like say that like nobody likes him, it's just like no.
Well, I just feel like he doesn't have enough like fervor. It's like everybody can kind of agree. It's like, oh yeah, Bob Dylan, pretty good, right?
Yeah,
but who's a Dylan head, you know?
A lot of people are. Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Which that's not winning Best Picture, but man, Dune Part 2.
It should.
May thy knife chip and shatter and whatnot.
Yeah, okay. I saw that movie and I'm like, this is why I go to the theater, all right?
Yes.
You go to see things like this. Every other movie on that list you could probably enjoy just as much at home.
Dune Part 2 was meant to be viewed on a theater screen. It was meant to be
sound, shaking your bones and everything.
I think you could play that scene where Timothée Chalamet like becomes the Lisan Al-Gaib. You could just play that scene on repeat and like that's a movie. That's just like beautiful.
Yeah.
They called it by an Arrakis name. Dune. Yeah.
The balls to like a lot of their shit was filmed during the day. And it's like if you know anything about, computer generated graphics and all that, daytime shit, very, very hard. Very hard to deal with.
Turns out light still messes with your graphics a lot. Turns out. Who knew?
Yeah, so they went balls to the wall. They spent a lot of money and they got their money's worth. It's not going to win because obviously Amelia Earhart or whatever Rosie.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we must. Amelia Perez. I'm Still Here, which is a Brazilian movie about a woman and her husband's disappeared, like due to like political dissidents and whatnot. Again, I haven't heard of this one, but it's also a Brazilian movie, so maybe good, maybe not. I don't know. Nickel Boys, which is another movie that I'm like, what? I was not aware this movie came out.
As a blind man.
It's about black guys dealing with racism early 1900s.
This can't be.
Oh no. The Substance, which was my biggest like, oh my god, this got in. We sell back. We sell back.
Finally, the Flubber sequel we've been waiting for.
Exactly, dude. Listen, if any time a horror movie gets anything by the Oscars, I'm like, yes. And like you can think about like, is The Substance a horror movie or not? It's certainly something. It's certainly it's like if I don't know. It's like if Robert Eggers' movies was to be nominated for Best Picture. I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised.
Oh, can you give me a quick moment? I'm getting a million phone calls, and this is just mad annoying. So excuse me. Antwan, take over the sticks.
Man, what the hell, Mac? You know what? I don't like The Substance. I'm looking at it right now. I don't like
You're looking at it right now? You're looking at it right now, huh?
Everything about it, I don't like it. Too much pink.
The movie is awesome. Again, if we're like creatively, why do people make movies? Why do people watch movies? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, this movie. Again, is it going to win anything? No, it's a horror movie that they're nominated for something. Of course it's not going to win anything. Oscars hate it. The people hate it. But the fact that it's there in the first place, I love it.
Okay, I'm black.
Okay, what's the best part of The Substance that you like?
Probably where she becomes a big blob monster if I had to really if I had to really consider it.
Or that's the old lady.
Yeah. It's I would recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. And just know the fact that it does get really weird. It gets real bad.
What do you mean by weird and bad? Like, don't watch it with mama and papa?
It might be awkward if you watch it with your mom and dad. Don't show it to kids.
It's definitely not a kids movie.
Definitely not.
The more and more I look into it,
the more and more Antwan's reading the plot synopsis, and he's like, "Oh my god,
oh my god!"
The basic thing is it's an actress who gets like a experimental drug type thing that turns her into a younger version of herself, but it's very limited and
so
what it can do.
So I can't believe that they just copied Batman Clayface. Like
exactly. The fact that they made a Clayface movie and call it The Substance. Are you kidding me?
This is literally just what it is.
It's a trip, man. It's
one
very
for
fun.
one Clayface. Yes.
Again, things like these deserve to be looked at.
I can't believe they turned Clayface female. Unbelievable.
Here's the thing. I think the Oscars in general is not worthless because that implies that there's like nothing to it. Money is earned, whatever. But like it should be used as this maybe I don't agree with like a lot of their stuff, but hey, it brought attention to me things that I've never seen before, things that I might like, you know? It should be used as like a collection of film throughout the year. And so I think films like The Substance should be nominated for stuff just because I feel like more people need to look at this movie and watch it.
Now I want an actual Clayface movie with Batman in it.
You could do that.
It might happen. All right.
James Gunn's on the sticks, baby. To use a phrase Nick said earlier, James Gunn is running this now. So literally, the sky is the limit. We're getting an actual Superman movie this summer, buddy.
Yeah, with real.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know how long it's been since we've had an actual Superman movie?
Man of Steel.
Even Man of Steel is like, I don't know if I should be Superman. And his dad goes, yeah, it's probably wrong for you to be Superman. And you're in the theater like, what the fuck is this? This isn't a movie. This is me being sad.
the last time any just a straight up Superman type movie was Man of Steel, and before that, it was Superman Returns. So we're kind of starved on that regard. And I will not count Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice in anything.
No, why would you say her name? Go watch the animated version of All Star Superman to know why the normal person likes Superman. Superman's great.
You know why Superman rocks, all right?
Superman's fantastic.
I just gotta fit him on the screen, sorry. My bad.
Here's the thing. We like Henry Cavill. We like Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't necessarily like all the Superman movies he's in. But Henry Cavill as Superman, stunning choice.
Fantastic casting.
Yes. And the last film nominated for Best Picture is... Oh, God. I closed the list because... Wicked. It's Wicked. Still have yet to see it. But, again, not really surprising. Not really surprising.
Just like the two movies that kind of stick out is obviously like Dune and that Substance one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it like those movies getting nominated for Best Picture are like genuinely like, what is Academy? Okay, yeah, go for it. Nothing else is a surprise, really, but those movies are.
I don't know. I just have such a sour taste towards these award shows now.
That's correct.
Because every year that passes, it's like, how out of touch can these people be?
They will continue to be out of... Listen, as soon as... Well, when was it? It was a few years ago now. It was before the pandemic, where they did a joke about, like, how many homeless people are in LA. Like, and it's like... And we're going to use this platform to talk about, like, the homeless problem in LA and how we can fix it. And then the other person presenting with that person goes, yeah, that's lovely. And now to talk about the movies, and the crowd laughed.
Hey!
The crowd just laughed, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. It sort of paints, it didn't feel like a joke that was written for the world. It felt like a joke that was written for the rich elite. And I was like, that feels okay. And it even
as much
before
as
that,
I dislike the homeless, come on, man.
Even before then, it was like, I don't really think, this gets nominated for an Oscar, this gets nominated for an Oscar. I'm like, I don't really think that that's anything, really. Suicide Squad wins an Oscar. So what does the Oscars mean, really, if Suicide Squad can win an Oscar? If Black Panther, the movie can win 3 Oscars, what is the Oscars even? You know what I mean?
I keep forgetting.
3-time Academy Award winner, Black Panther.
I'm gonna vomit.
Don't get me wrong, it's a fine superhero movie. It's a fine whatever superhero movie.
Fine, not like a diamond fine, but like
it works.
Like I'm getting McDonald's for lunch fine.
It functions. At no point, well, at a couple points, it like does the train start to stutter, but like it's fine. It's a whatever movie. But the fact that it won 3 Academy Awards.
No, Mac, you hit the nail on the head. It is a whatever movie. All right, a whatever movie doesn't win 3 Oscars. It
shouldn't, but it did.
You know how many movies come out in a year?
Literally thousands. Literally thousands of movies a year.
Shit ton. And a lot of them are really good, and a lot of them are better than Black Panther.
Yes.
All right. What do we got next? We have performance by actor in a leading role. Now,
anyways, I really want
we can run through the whole. We could run through the whole Oscars if you want. I just felt like it was important to like, hey, it came out. We talk about movies. Let's just talk about. We can do the whole thing if you want.
Let's do these actors, and then literally besides like best
actors and actresses.
Best actor. Well, we have Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. Haven't seen it, but Brody's always in the race.
Adrian Brody,
man who does tight work,
excellent work. Did he win for The Pianist? I don't know. I also don't. When he played the Polish guy who was a pianist.
Yeah,
pianist.
And Adrian Brody just keeps finding himself playing these Jewish guys, doesn't
he? He's got. Well, we don't have to get into it. Yes,
this is what you wanted to see, yeah.
Yes, he does. To answer your question, yes, he does.
What is that? What the hell is that?
That's probably him in The Brutalist. Next to that looks like Jennifer Goodwin. Is that who that actress is?
There was like a little ad that played on YouTube about The Brutalist because the movie's doing so bad they must advertise on YouTube.
That's not how that works. I don't think. Is that how that works?
I've never seen just a normal like a a non-blockbuster movie ad on YouTube before, so it was a little jarring. And then they have like the movie dude voiceover. It's like, yes, follow the story of famed Jewish architecture. I'm like, skip.
I heard two things in that sentence that I don't know.
Jewish and architecture, and I'm like, okay.
That's Felicity Jones, apparently, who's next one. That makes sense. She's got the eyes.
Felicity. And then we have up next in...
This upsets me genuinely. But Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown.
Oh, but not for Dune.
But not for Dune.
This is a load of shit.
I'm just saying, I watched A Complete Unknown, and he's doing good acting in that movie. But a lot of the story behind A Complete Unknown is how ambiguous Bob Dylan is as a character, as a person. And so a lot of the choices that he makes in A Complete Unknown are supposed to be like obfuscated and hard to understand, and motivation is hard to read. So it's like he's doing good work in this movie. He's doing, like, will he ever do like another character at like a personality quite like this? Probably not. But is it his best work this year? I don't know. I saw Dune 2. I saw Dune Part 2.
I think that any time Timothy Chalamet is able to speak in a register where we can hear him,
yes,
he's doing pretty damn good work, right?
Yeah. Again, just put up the scene where he's yelling about being the Lisan Al Gaib. I point the way. Just like that scene where he just acts on screen for about 5 minutes. Beautiful. Pristine. Gorgeous. And
no, but it's not Oscar worthy, Mac.
But it's not a biopic.
His Bob Dylan performance is going to get him awards.
Again, not bad. It's just not the best work he's done this year.
Yeah. Lamppost twist like something in the twisted birth canal of the Colosseum.
Again, if you want to watch Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox movie, we can watch Walk Hard.
Yes. Yes, I think I do.
Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing.
I have nothing to say.
I thought I saw a trailer for this movie once. I don't know. I thought I saw a trailer for this movie, and then I never saw it in theaters. So, maybe good.
Instead of this movie's called Sing Sing, right?
Yes.
What if we were to put an H after the G and we can make it Bollywood?
Oh, Shing Shing. I like that.
Oh, Sing Sing.
Ray Fiennes in The Conclave. Again, probably Ray Fiennes does good work.
Fantastic.
Ray Fiennes does good work. I've just not seen this movie, so I cannot judge.
Need to get around to Conclave. I don't know. I see very few like papal Hollywood movies really interest me. This one does not.
Did you like Marty's The Silence, or just Silence? Were you a fan of that movie?
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up. I may or may not have. I watched like a slew of papal movies. Silence.
That was. It wasn't quite a papal movie. It was a Jesuit.
Shit, that's the Jesuit priest in Japan. That one was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I know you said papal movies, but that's what came to mind as like a religious, like mainstream horror movie. Not horror movie. Religious mainstream movie. I like that one.
No, I was thinking of like Two Popes. I actually enjoyed Two Popes.
Two Popes, One Family. That was I remember Two Popes. Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I remember.
Yeah. No, it was who's that Clarice, that guy, Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Yep. Who was I think won that year and was not at the Academies to receive the award based on Anthony Hopkins. Thank you. Keep going, player.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to be on a boat in the Caribbean ignoring the Oscars.
Yeah.
All right. Then we have the last one, Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Now, you know why he's nominated, right?
No, not at all.
Do you know what The Apprentice is about?
No, not at all.
Look up The Apprentice movie.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
No way!
And and all of a sudden the pieces come together about why this movie is not nominated for much else. But is nominated.
It's just him. Wow! When you take a look, he kind of has it on. I'm not gonna lie.
He's kind of thick with it.
I don't know what. Maybe it's no way. That's him mewing the entire time, but his face kind of contorts a little bit.
That's the movie. He's doing that face the whole time.
It's him eating McDonald's and What is this movie even about?
Just Donald Trump, I think. Just
Independently produced biographical film. Wow, yeah. Kind of just about his life.
Yes.
I'll be damned.
So again, I don't know much about this movie because I think it came out, and then again, I didn't see it because I'm not sure if it was even in the theaters. But there was a reason that it was made, and there was a reason that it's nominated. And so, will I ever see it? Probably not. But
I think we got him, Mac. Come on.
I mean, we can. But it's like, is there anything artistic about this movie that's like worth watching? It's like maybe.
No, it's a politically charged Donnie biopic.
The fact that it is made specifically for the purpose of like, hey, we can make this movie this year.
Do it right now. Election year. Crank it out, baby.
Crank it out. It's whatever. I'm not super interested, but we can watch.
And out of this list of actors that we just were taking a peek at, with the exception of I think most of them because we didn't watch Sing Sing or
we didn't watch most of them.
No, we didn't watch any of these.
I watched The Complete Unknown.
Yeah, but that's not even Tim's best movie this year.
No, but again, it's a who. Hey, has Ralph Fiennes won an Oscar yet? No. Okay, let's give Ralph Fiennes an Oscar. Was The Conclave good? I don't know.
That's how they've been playing for a while.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Where everybody was fucking up in arms about Leo DiCaprio not doing good enough work to get an Oscar. I'm like, you are lying. He deserves it. He has deserved it. And he
deserved it. He deserved an Oscar for What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Literally the first movie he made.
Yes. He was fantastic as a baby. Yeah, and then, they just kind of ignore his entire career, and then he gets chewed up by a bear, and they throw him a fuck... Oh, yeah, that was the first time he got...
It's been a while since Leo's done significant work. What are you talking about? He did Django Unchained like a few years before that.
That's what I'm saying. He deserved it for Django. He deserved it for a million other things, and then it's like, oh, finally, The Revenant, my masterpiece.
Yes. And here's the thing about The Revenant. It's a good movie, but like after like a year after it came out, I don't think a lot of people really brought it up. Like it's I don't know. I'm thinking of like movies that last, movies that people like
The Revenant
talk about.
Does not last. You watch it like once, and you're like, oh, that's pretty good.
And I'm sure that there's arguments you can make for both sides there, but whatever.
All I'm saying is that there were many other times where it's like, okay, yeah, Leo deserved it, and he didn't get it. So, it discredits the Oscars or awards in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then these aren't... you're not getting an award for something that is objective. You're grading art.
You're grading art, and it's a bunch of people in a room going like, well, I kind of like this art a little bit more than that art.
I actually think this art's better, and if... And then people use that as like a position, right? For the rest of it, it's like, oh yes, 80-time Oscar award-winning like actor or director.
Meryl Streep has won. Yeah.
Who?
Meryl Streep has won 3 Oscars. Keep winning them, Meryl.
Yeah. And then we get to ladies,
actresses in a leading role. So Cynthia Erivo, is that how you say her last name? Why am I asking you? You probably don't know. Erivo.
Yeah, Erivo. She's the what's her name? Elzaba.
Glinda.
Elphaba.
No, she's Elphaba. Yeah, she's the green one.
Yep.
And
Cynthia Erivo.
Jack Reacher. So who played Wicked? The lady originally. What's her name?
All
I can think of is that John Travolta clip where he's like the wickedly talented. Idina Menzel. That's what it is.
Idina Menzel. Yes.
I got there. Thank you, John. So yeah, it's like probably very good.
Yeah. I saw the funniest thing about that. It was Ben Shapiro doing not even anything political, just a straight up critique of the movie Wicked, and he was just gushing over Cynthia Erivo. I'm like, how is this not AI?
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
It's like,
I certainly love it.
She brought so many more dimensions to the character than Idina Menzel. God bless Idina Menzel, but pretty two-dimensional. I'm not gonna lie.
He's Jewish and he plays the violin. I think like it makes sense that he's in the musical theater. You know what I mean,
dude? Oh yeah, because he was just going. It's like Cynthia Erivo is honestly a generational talent. I cannot believe how absolutely spectacular she was on screen. Her performance is going to last the test of time. And I'm like, okay, wow, pop off, Ben.
Well, thank you, Ben.
So, yeah, glowing recommendation.
So according to Ben Shapiro, she's in the lead. She's in the lead.
She's in the lead right now. I'll trust him this once.
Okay, Carlos Sofia Gascon and Emilia Perez. So this was the big one where it was like, this is the first openly trans female nominated for an Oscar. And
guys,
my first thought is because the way people phrase things, I know what they mean, but the way my brain interprets it is how many hidden trans actors have been nominated for best female actress the whole time.
Now, when you say open, it implies the existence of the closed.
It implies the existence of there's hidden ones that I know nothing about, and so I was like, this is again I've heard nothing but bad things about Emilia Perez, so maybe, but I feel like again it's more of the just we can do it, and
pretty down on the list for now.
Mikey Madison and Honora. Now you know Mikey Madison.
I know Mikey Madison.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, she is one of the Manson people who gets beamed in the head with the can of chili.
She got canned.
She gets canned.
Dog food, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Dog food. I forget. The context is he's feeding his dog. Yeah, I remember it was a can of something. And then
tap dancing Christ, she's pretty.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. And then she gets flamethrowered in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and she's the prostitute in the film Honora, apparently. That's
I'm gonna drag my ass to the theater. Yes, I am.
Yes. Apparently, I like her work before what she's done. I haven't seen the movie, but you're right. She is pretty. Demi Moore in The Substance. Let's go.
Demi Moore, G.I. Jane, back at it again.
G.I. Jane, dude. They're gonna make a G.I. Jane joke at the Oscars for the second time.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
So we're gonna see how it turns out.
Stabbed.
And Fernanda Torres and I'm Still Here. That's the Brazilian movie. So
all right.
What is she?
Not a whole. Okay. Like talent wise, I think. Cynthia Erivo, she sings, and that.
Yes.
Singing and acting fantastically.
Hey, listen, singing as a character. We can discuss this as former theater people or as current whatever.
Oh yeah.
Singing while playing a character is a very difficult thing to do.
Tough as shit.
Yeah, think about how hard singing is for the person who doesn't know how to sing, and then think about okay, but also you're not singing as yourself. You're singing as this other person that you are currently pretending to be, and you go, oh, okay.
There's the reason why there are such differences in jobs as a singer and actor. Yes. Right? There are very successful singers and there are very successful actors, and a lot of it doesn't mix. But when it does, and it does on screen, you get extra brownie. There's multipliers here. There has to be. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah. So if Cynthia doesn't win, I'm going to be a little peeved, just because everything else looks a little.
She's not going to win. It's going to go to what was her name? Carlos Sofia Gascon. Carlos Sofia Gascon. That film's going to win more Oscars than you suspect. Again, and I've heard nothing but bad things.
I wonder why it's going to win, Mac.
We can talk about it if you so wish.
Talk about it. I enjoy the very small growth we get on YouTube, and I don't want to halt it right now. So I'm going to bite my lip and get back to this later.
We're going to bite your lip, and you're going to talk about Kobe Bryant now. We've held off on this discussion for too long.
You know what he did in Colorado, Mac?
You know, on the Castoe show, you can watch what you want, then you can go. Make sure you subscribe and like it too. Ooh, and then you'll realize Castoe's here for you.